Hey, how's it going? It's JPChivalry. We're going live with Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, or Substance, however you prefer. So yeah, we might lose power during the stream. The storm's kind of quieted down. I think it was like very active during like 8 a.m., 9 a.m. But it's kind of quieted down for a little bit. I still hear like raindrops going off in the background, but I think we're safe from power outage. If it starts storming a lot, I guess, yeah, I'll just end it early. But I think tomorrow we're definitely going to finish this. We're getting pretty close to the end. Or at least from what I remember, like events and stuff. I mean, it also depends how long cutscenes are, story, plot points, dialogue, all that fun stuff. But I'm gauging that we're going to finish this tomorrow. If I go full today, I guess, is the caveat, I suppose. But before we get into that, I guess updates. I watched the first 3 episodes of Land of the Lustrous. I don't know, I'm iffy on it. I like the animation. I mean, CG, you don't really see it done that well. So, there was a couple wow moments for me. But the story is kind of like, it's losing me. I saw a couple comments, it's like, give it to 4 or 5 episodes, so I think one more session, we'll see. See how I feel, if I want to continue it. Atlanta was good yesterday. It's about middle school, and got me thinking about my middle school days. It wasn't that as bad as that, but yeah. Yeah, that's... Jeez, kids. Kids can be vicious. But yeah, I don't think I ever had like that bad of an experience. I mean, there was some bullying with like the upper graders, but once I moved to private school, I think that was pretty much it. It was just me being cringy and awkward. That was the source of my problems. But yeah, I think that was it. Just Atlanta, Land of the Lustrous, tonight's Shield. I'm looking forward to seeing if there's more tie-ins with Infinity War. They said there would be, so that gets me even more curious what they're gonna do and if it's gonna get renewed. It feels like it should be renewed because I mean, there's still plot lines that are left to be explored, unless that's just it. It's over. Move on. But hopefully we'll get an announcement or something. But yeah, I watched Barry's How About This game for Mario Galaxy. It was good. I mean, I don't really have a connection to Mario Galaxy because I never replayed it. I know I had a friend over that he brought his Wii and showed off his Mario Galaxy skills. I think I played it for like 1 minute or so. But, and Mario Galaxy 2 as well. But yeah, for the most part, for me, personally, I've only played like Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, 3, and World, and that was it. And Paper Mario and Super Mario RPG, but that's like side content, I guess. Not part of the main series. That's the spin-off series, right? So yeah, I never really played 64 Sunshine. I missed out. I missed out on a lot. That's fine. Anyways, yeah, let's get this playthrough started. As before, I'll be going mute. Thanks to Museum Star for the auto host. And let's see how far we get today. I tried to look at I know I missed some Easter eggs, like with the directional microphone room where you gotta find aims. Apparently if you press L3, Raiden just spews out the bust, hip, and waist size of female hostages that were in that room. So that's pervy. That's funny. And then, oh yeah, I think at the beginning, right, if I had done it properly, if I had gone to the CD connecting bridge, we would have seen A man under a box, just going to the D strut. Wonder who that who that could be. But alas, I missed that. I think I saw it before on my own playthrough. Because I do remember going from C to D all the way around that way. But for this playthrough, I just decided, why not just backtrack? Which seemed to work. If I would have helped, yeah, yesterday's gameplay was kind of bad. Because I kept getting caught. Because I didn't want to kill anyone, even though I killed, I think it was 2 people. Because there's one on one of the connecting bridges and one in, I think it's F? No. I guess it was F. Or maybe it was D. It was F or, I think it was D actually. Knocked a person over in the middle of the water pit. That area. So, but maybe I died. Well, I think it still counts. Because when it counts your saves and continues, so probably counted that death too. So 2 deaths. But even then, I typed in a comment, might as well go lethal, but I still didn't go lethal. Just because, I don't know. I mean, there's no repercussions besides, like, to your rank, but it's not a big deal. But anyways, we got the tranquilizer, so it's all good. I can stick to my gameplay ways now. Should hopefully be better. Alright. Well, I think that's everything. Before I go on another tangent. Alright, hopefully 4-hour stream. Just see you in 4 hours. Or pop in if there's shoutouts or chat. Whatever.
Freeze! Freeze! No! Who is that?
What's going on? Respond. Communications with B1 of the Shell 1 Corps have ceased.
Get out of Shell 1. According to Ames, the President is on the first floor of Shell 2's core. Cross the connecting bridge from the north side of Strut D to get to Shell 2. That's where you need to go.
Jack, do you need to save? Jack, have you remembered what day it is tomorrow?
No.
I see.
You said you had something you wanted to talk to me about? What was it?
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Why does it have to be tomorrow?
So I can build up enough courage first. And so you won't run away.
I would never do something like that.
Liar. Every time I want to talk about something, you suddenly remember that you have some work you have to do, or you get a stomachache.
Hey, that's not...
You know it's true. What are you so afraid of?
I'm not afraid of anything, and I won't try to run away.
Is that so? Well then, we'll talk tomorrow.
Yeah,
So you have to come back, okay?
I know.
Who is that? It's the enemy. I need help.
Return to your positions. Increase security. Understood. Reinforcements are on their way to Strut F. Intensify the level of security. Return to your positions. Increase security. Understood. Reinforcements are on What's going on? Respond. Communications with Strut F have ceased. Carry out an investigation immediately. Attack team, come back at once. Guard team, stay alert.
There's somebody there. I'm under attack. Stay alert.
Understood. Sending reinforcements.
It's him. Everyone, stay on guard.
Understood. Dispatching reinforcements to the AB connecting bridge. Exercise extreme caution. Attack team, come back at once. Guard team, stay alert.
Nothing here.
Raiden, can you hear me?
Pliskin, where have you been?
Checking around. I'm in Strut H right now. How's the situation over there?
We have a lead on the president's location.
Where is he?
Shell 2 core, the first floor.
I'm cut off from the core where I am. It's a mess here.
All right, I'm on my way to Shell 2 right now.
There are IR sensors in place on the connecting bridge between Shells 1 and 2. If you break the beams, the Semtex will go off.
Yeah, I heard them talking about that.
Target the control units and destroy them. Make sure you don't shoot the Semtex.
What do the control units look like?
Take a look with your binoculars.
That's the Semtex. And that must be the control unit.
Raiden, what you see there is a booby trap consisting of an infrared sensor and Semtex. The Semtex will detonate if the IR beam from the sensor is disturbed. Whatever you do, don't touch the IR beam. But there's no way to get through there without crossing the beam. Neutralize all the control units for the IR sensor. Those control units and the distance are obviously out of handgun range.
What do I do then?
Use the sniper rifle to take them out. Use the PSG-1 sniper rifle to shoot out control units that are farther away. Infrared is usually invisible to the naked eye. There should, however, be a way to make it visible.
You could experiment with what you have.
The PSG-1's controls have been slightly modified from what you learned in the VR training. Note the differences. The PSG-1 scope is equipped with a zoom function. Zoom in for a precise strike, and zoom out when you need a wider field of view. Learn to make good use of the function. The PSG-1 can be aimed from upright, crouch, and prone positions. The different heights of these stances will help you get a bead on targets concealed behind objects. Remember, shoot from a stable position to prevent shakes. The IR sensor cannot be taken offline until all the control units are destroyed. If the sensor is still live, it means there are control units you haven't touched somewhere. Raiden, the Semtex is equipped with shock sensors. Any blow to the Semtex, gunfire included, will set off the sensor and start a chain reaction that will detonate all the bombs. We'll be finished if that were to happen. Aim only for the control units. Take out the control unit on the sensor. You should be able to see a unit with a blinking green light next to the explosives. That's the control unit. With the control unit destroyed, the IR sensor will cease to function. Shoot out the control unit. The tranquilizer gun won't do the job. Not all control units are in a highly visible spot. Use the first-person view to take a good look. Push the R2 and L2 buttons simultaneously in first-person view to stretch up on your toes. You can also crouch down and crawl by using the crawl button. Change your vantage point and conduct a thorough search. Use your skills and you should be able to deal with control units in hard-to-reach spots. Raiden, you haven't destroyed all the control units yet. Use the first-person view or the sniper scope to look around. Once you take out every control unit, the IR beams will disappear. If you still see an intact beam,
Don't try to shoot out control units with the handgun when the distance is too great. The weapon doesn't have that kind of range. Use the sniper rifle. Use the PSG-1 to take out those control units. If some pipe or a storage tank gets between you and the control unit, find another vantage point. There will always be a spot that gives you a clear shot. The stuff used in that trap is Semtex. It's a plastic explosive like C4. Developed in former Czechoslovakia, the stuff was called the terrorist C4 back in the Cold War days. Made from RDX and PETN, Semtex is easy to handle and very powerful. The stuff can devastate an area. Whatever you do, don't get caught in its explosion. If some pipe or a storage tank get... If some pipe... If some pipe... In order to get to Shell 2, you'll have to disable... In order to get to In order to get to In order to... If some pipe or a... If some pipe... If some pipe... If some...
Jack, do you need to save? You know, Jack, there's something that bugs me sometimes.
What?
Why are you going out with me?
Huh?
Is it because I'm beautiful?
Why are you asking me this all of a sudden? And where do you get off calling yourself beautiful?
Well, it's the truth, plain and simple. I'm too smart not to realize it and not sarcastic enough to be modest about it.
Is that so? Well then, your schedule must be booked solid with dates.
You bet. I've even hired a private secretary to deal with all of them. But she cancels all of my appointments except for yours.
Ooh.
Sometimes it really does bother me. Sometimes I think all you want is a pretty face to accompany you to parties.
What are you...
Just to make everyone jealous when they see you with me.
You're being ridiculous.
Oh, really? But you never talk about yourself. I never know whether it's really me you want by your side, whether you'd ditch me if you found someone prettier.
You know that's not true.
Really? Then would you still go out with me even if I weren't beautiful?
Of course.
Do you like me for me, or is it my reputation?
Do you really think anyone would say your reputation? I'm just joking. Of course I like you for you. Honest truth.
Really? Thank you.
Raiden, you didn't get all the control units. You weren't thorough enough. Take a good look at the airborne cipher. You can see the control unit for the IR sensor. The control unit is right above Cypher's camera. Avoid shooting the camera at all costs. Looks like if a Cypher is shot down, the resulting signal will trigger an explosion. The whole bridge would blow. Target only the control unit on the upper part of the Cypher. Aim for the blinking light.
Right, come in. Right, right. Raiden, the IR sensors on the connecting bridge between the two shells are offline. Go to the first floor of Shell 2's core and rescue the President.
Do you think Ames was telling the truth about the football?
Rosemary?
Roger that. Jack, I'll look into it for you. What's up, Jack? Jack, tell me, am I really helping you out?
Yeah, you're a huge help. I'm lucky to have you as an analyst.
But didn't you tell me just a little while ago that I should change my job or quit or something?
Yeah, you were pretty pissed off.
Why did you say those things?
Well, you have to work overtime and stuff. It sounded pretty tough.
But you didn't mean it, did you?
I was wrong about a lot of things then. I just thought that if we had more time to spend together, that,
You were thinking of your own danger.
well,
Don't you think it's selfish to expect
You're really
everyone to be
selfish,
at your
you know.
beck and call? I'm not your personal possession, you know.
that's not how I think of you.
Is that so?
Yeah,
Listen, I like you, and I like the me that likes you. But I do not like being summed up as Jack's girlfriend. The very thought of it makes me shiver. There's a lot more to me than just being your girlfriend. The fact that I'm doing the job I want to do is part of that, understand?
yeah, of course,
I want to be recognized, first of all, for who I really am, especially by you. I don't want you, of all people, thinking that I'm just your girlfriend.
that's not what I think at all.
Can you really say that?
Absolutely.
Really? I'm glad.
Raiden, I found us a ride.
I'm all ears.
One of the enemy's Kasatkas.
Is it in good shape?
Full tank. I'm heading for Shell 1 now. What about that Harrier?
It's not on the heliport here.
Good. I'll set this one down there then.
Can you cover the hostages? They're being held on level B1 in the core. Pliskin, you didn't happen to find any other places where hostages were being held, did you?
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
How many hostages are there?
There's a few short of 30. One dead and several wounded.
The Kasatka's cargo area will hold 13 max.
What about the other Kasaka?
I sabotaged it. It can't come after us if it can't get off the ground. We'll have to make 2 trips.
Can you fly a Kasaka?
I have a pilot who's flown the civilian model, the KA-62 in VR. There's not a whole lot of difference between the military KA-60 and the civilian model.
Cleared for takeoff.
Raiden, let me introduce you to my partner, Otacon.
Otacon?
Hey, Raiden. Nice to meet you.
Intruders! Over here!
Damn! Raiden, I'll talk to you later.
Colonel, I need some answers from you. Who exactly is Pliskin and his partner?
I know what you're thinking.
It keeps coming back to Shadow Moses. And now this Otacon.
AKA Hal Emmerich, PhD, a Shadow Moses survivor.
Rose?
Snake and Otacon both became fugitives after Shadow Moses, wanted for acts of terrorism.
An anti-Metal Gear organization.
They sabotaged and destroyed countless Metal Gear units throughout the world.
And were responsible for the incident 2 years ago that necessitated the construction of the Big Shell.
Snake and his partner aren't terrorists.
Jack, why are you defending them?
I look back on what I've done here so far, and things like training and sense of duty alone won't get you through a sneaking mission like this.
Jack, are you okay?
You need something higher. I can't think of the right word, but it has to be pure will, backed up by courage or ideals or something like that. I'd stake my life on it. The solid snake that saved Shadow Moses couldn't turn into a terrorist.
Maybe that's true, but they went down with that tanker 2 years ago. We even recovered Snake's body.
And the DNA test results on the body say it's him.
Jack, I know what you're saying, but Snake is dead. He can't be here, not even as this Dr. Hal Emmerich.
But that also means that he can't be the terrorist leader behind this thing.
I've been waiting for you. A messenger from the Patriots. Where do I know him from?
So you're the boss around here?
No, not just around here. I'm the boss to surpass Big Boss himself. Solid Snake.
No! That is not Solid Snake!
What a pleasant surprise, brother.
Save it. You brother of mine.
Don't say you've forgotten me, Snake.
Snake?
Right, take cover! Stop impersonating him!
Brother, I'm a whole different game from Liquid. That the best you can do, Snake?
Did I get it? We're in trouble. It's the Harrier.
The world needs only one big boss. I'll drown you fools for interfering.
Right. This is the Stinger missile launcher. The Kasaka can't stand up to the Harrier. You have to shoot the Harrier down.
Snake, we got company.
I'm counting on you.
Right. Handguns and machine guns can't stand up to fighter jets. Use the Stinger missiles instead. Don't panic even if you lose sight of the Harrier. Look at your radar. The radar has been modified to show where the Harrier is. Use the radar and locate the Harrier's position. Don't start scurrying about even after the Harrier is flown away and is no longer in eyesight. When the Harrier is pointed in your direction, it should flash for a moment as it reflects the sun. Don't miss that flash. Locate it as early as possible and hit it with a stinger. If you delay, you'll be attacked. Both wings are outfitted with an air-to-surface rocket pod. The rockets aren't guided, so moving should get you out of their way. Watch out for the blast, though. That Harrier 2 is equipped with cluster bombs. Each bomb is full of bomblets, a combined munitions weapon. A cluster bomb has a huge effective range. There's no way to avoid one on the upper level of a connecting bridge. Escape by going to the lower level. The Harrier's exhaust is extremely hot. You cannot afford to get enveloped in it. When the Harrier draws near, run down to the lower level. The Harrier is outfitted with IR flares, a countermeasure that burns in midair with magnesium to deceive infrared homing missiles. Shooting a flare will draw any launched Stinger missiles towards the flare. Harriers are equipped with advanced medium-range air-to-air missiles, commonly known as AMRAAM. This is a type of active homing missile that uses a built-in radar guidance system for a fire-and-forget capability. The accuracy rate is quite high. Electronic interference is probably the only way to evade it. Use the chaff to disrupt the missile's guidance system. When the Harrier is hovering near the connecting bridge, the RGB-6 should also be effective. Right, handguns and machine guns.
Right. I'll back you up from the chopper. If I see you run short of an item, I'll toss it down. Make good use of those. Right. You've got those stingers I gave you earlier, right?
Portable anti-aircraft missiles? I had complete VR training in those too.
Oh, gee, I feel so much better knowing that. Hopefully you'll know how to use them in actual battle conditions, too. Shoot the Harrier down with your Stinger missile, but remember that while you're aiming the missile launcher, you won't be able to move around. As soon as you see the Harrier headed your way, find cover. Hit the weapon menu button to do a weapon quick change. Make use of it.
The Harrier 2 is an upgraded version of the world's first practical V-stall fighter plane. By shifting the propulsion of the engine nozzles on the sides, the plane can handle short-distance vertical takeoffs and landings. The payload capacity of the Harrier 2 is considerably larger than its predecessor due to improved engine output. As a result, it carries more armament, starting with a 25mm machine gun pod on the fuselage pylon. There are air-to-surface rockets on both wings and various pods for air-to-air missiles and cluster bombs. You won't be able to take out one of these with small arms fire. The fact is, you'll need to use Stinger missiles. Right, watch out for the Harrier's cluster bombs. Cluster bombs are non-guided units packed with a couple hundred bomblets for wide-range attacks. The bombs are equipped with timed fuses for detonation following release. The dispenser explodes, spreading the bomblets across a wide area. Cluster bombs cover an extensive range. If you see one being launched, head for the floor beneath the connecting bridge. The Harrier II is equipped with AMRAAM mid-range air-to-air missiles. The AMRAAM is an active homing missile designed to succeed the Sparrow. On the final phase of its guided approach to a target, the missile locks onto the objective with an active seeker and goes into full autonomous flight mode. In short, the AMRAAM is a missile with fire and forget capability. This aspect of the missile makes it ideal for fire and run tactics, significantly improving the mission survival rate of the firing aircraft. With a high-performance active seeker, the AMRAAM is extremely functional. Once fired, it pretty much zeroes in on its target with deadly accuracy.
And how do you avoid one of these?
I recommend chaff grenades. The AMRAAM's been reinforced against ECMs. In fact, the missile's been designed to home in on the source of electronic countermeasures. But that only applies to air combat. It's highly unlikely that the missile's equipped for tracking human targets with any precision. You should be able to sufficiently throw an AMRAAM off course with a chaff grenade. The minute you see one launched, break out the grenade. The Harrier II comes equipped with air-to-surface rocket pods on both wings. The Harrier II rockets are not guided. You can avoid direct hits by moving away from the targeted area following a launch, but watch out for the blast. We're currently aboard a Ka-60 Kasatka helicopter, a multi-purpose military aircraft of the Russian Kamov Design Bureau. This copter is capable of handling various missions, including troop and supply transport, medical evacuation, target acquisition for attack copters, and all-weather scouting. Equip it with the latest avionics and electronic equipment, and the Kasatka can handle communication and electronic jamming, as well as other special operations. The copter's designed for survival in combat, and the main systems are expandable. The rotors are capable of functioning if they've been punctured. In addition, the Kasatka features a polyurethane-filled fuel tank to minimize the danger of explosion. However, the Kasatka cannot hold its own against a Harrier. It's only suitable for providing you with air support. What I'm trying to say is that it's up to you to take out the Harrier. The Harrier II rockets are not guided. You can avoid direct hits by moving away from the targeted area following a launch, but watch out for the blast.
Right. I'll back you up from the chopper. If I...
Jack, tell me you're all right. Hang in there.
Right. I'll take care of it.
I'll shred you to pieces!
I'll take care of it.
the best you can do? Try dodging this! I'll take care of it. Damn it! Damn it! I'll take care of it. Is that the best you can do? You're tougher than I thought! I'll let you go out in style! Try dodging this! I'll take care of it. I'll shred you to pieces! Right, catch! Is that the best you can do? I'll take care of it. What the? Right, catch! I'll let you go out in style! Take this! pieces!
There's something coming up.
That's Metal Gear! It's already active!
They got my eye! Fab! Go! Ha!
Hey, what's that?
It's running on water. Raiden, you all right?
Yeah. How about you guys?
Barely managed, but we're all right.
The chopper?
We need some time for repairs.
Oh,
The president's all yours.
okay. Can I ask you something?
What?
Are you the Snake? They said you were dead.
No, not me. There are still too many things I need to do.
Snake, you're a legend, and that's why I need to ask you this.
Legend? A legend is nothing but fiction. Someone tells it, someone else remembers. Everybody passes it on.
I'm here because I was assigned to this mission, not because I want to. If I could, I'd be out of here in a second. How could you come back to all this? Why keep fighting?
There's something my best friend said to me once.
What?
We're not tools of the government or anyone else. Fighting was the only thing I was good at, but at least I always fought for what I believed in.
What about the DNA results from that body?
That was Liquid's body. He and Snake are identical on the genetic level.
Liquid?
A deception, for our own protection. We stole his frozen body from some organization. Kind of a hassle, though.
That's all there is to it.
Are you two really an NGO?
Insofar as we're a non-profit organization of civilians advocating a cause, yes. The cause happens to be the eradication of Metal Gear.
We work on our own, but it's a cause worth fighting for.
Why would you stick your neck out for something this risky?
That's the way I used to look at it 4 years ago. I was holed up in the middle of nowhere in Alaska, drinking too much.
We have a responsibility to the coming generations, to the world,
What responsibility?
to keep track of the mistakes we've made as a species.
We need to remember, to spread the word, to fight for change. And that's what keeps me alive.
You think you can change the future?
I'm not as arrogant as that.
What you do isn't grassroots activism. It's more like terrorism.
I admit that.
But our group, Philanthropy, received some information. A new Metal Gear prototype was being developed here, and terrorists were planning to raid the facility. The information came from a very reliable source.
So you're here to...
We're here to stop all that. But I also have a personal motive.
Looks like the terrorists have his sister in the big shell. We're here on our own, not under anyone's orders. We have our own battles. Otacon's here for someone. I'm not.
This is a military mission.
Jack, are you all right?
Just barely.
You almost gave me a heart attack.
Sorry, it wasn't intentional.
I know that, and I know I need to stay stronger.
Say a prayer for me, Rose, so I can come back.
You will make it back. I'm with you all the way, remember.
That means a lot to me, you know.
I'm going to save the data, okay, Jack?
Colonel, Metal Gear's already gone active.
It's not too late. You can still prevent a nuclear strike by securing the president and preventing password confirmation from taking place. Get to the president. He's in the core section of Shell 2.
I'm checking the satellite images. Looks like you can get to the core from the other side of Strut L.
The core hasn't gone under yet from what we can tell. Follow the railings down, then jump onto the pipes.
The only viable strut in the outer perimeter is the L. That attack just now doesn't make any sense. It's like they have no more use for this place.
Colonel, you were monitoring the codec calls. That man was the real Snake all along.
Maybe.
Maybe?
Don't let your guard down with him.
Why do you say that?
Because they were never a part of the simulation. They're an unknown factor.
You can take your simulation and... We're out here, we bleed, we die.
Calm down.
I suggest that you do, Raiden. Even if that is Snake. That has no bearing on your mission.
Colonel, you and Snake used to be on the same side. I don't understand. I read about you and Snake in the Darkness of Shadow Moses.
I don't give a damn what that piece of trash said. Do you get me? What the hell happened? Raiden! Raiden! When you're hanging, get to the spot above the pipe, then jump down. Push the crawl button to go straight down.
Don't forget to switch to first-person view to check whether there's a good landing spot.
Raiden, you cover the president. Make contact with him before the confirmation of the nuclear launch code. We're going to start repairs on the Kamov. That should keep our hands full for a while. I did a round of Shell 2 during bomb disposal. Let me know if you have any questions.
Have you ever heard of Outer Heaven?
Outer Heaven?
Yeah. Know anything?
No. What about it?
The terrorist leader mentioned it. Something about being close to reviving Outer Heaven.
Is that right?
Well, do you know anything?
No. But whatever their goal is, they're probably up to no good. We've got to stop them.
Yeah, right.
The enemy has already entered the nuclear launch code. Secure the President before they can confirm and finalize the code input. The President is on the first floor of Shell 2's core. This is the way to Shell 2's core section, where the President is. First, cross the connecting bridge between the two shells. You'll arrive on strut G. Proceed along the catwalk, circling the outside of strut G until you get to the LG connecting bridge. Cross the LG connecting bridge to strut L. Then take the exterior catwalk to the KL connecting bridge. You can enter the core of Shell 2 midway from the KL connecting bridge. The President is being held on the first floor. Go! Raiden, you're currently on the connecting bridge between Shell 1 and Shell 2. Go north to reach strut G of Shell 2.
But the bridge is a mess from their attack.
It's still a way through. Don't let the place get to you, Jack.
Use the first-person view to study your surroundings. Look for sections that can still support your weight. If you use hanging and rolls, you should be able to pick your way across.
Colonel, the radar's not working.
With Shell 2 in this shape, I wouldn't count on the radar coming back online for a while.
It'll be all right. Hang in there, Jack.
With the radar offline, you'll have to rely on first-person view to check for enemy presence. Proceed with extreme caution. Raiden, Rosemary has completed her search.
Jack, I found data on the briefcase used to unlock the nuclear launch codes. It appears to be a fail-safe system using the President's DNA base order and input of his physiological data as its key. The lock is said to be impenetrable.
In other words, the President himself is the only one who can enter the password.
Right. On top of that, as Ames mentioned before, the password becomes invalid when the President's brainwaves, heartbeat, etc. are not within normal limits.
So the President entered that code by his own free will after all. But why would the US President lend a hand to terrorists?
How should I don't have information like that.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't.
Also, it seems that the need to reconfirm the code after a set amount of time is true.
Meaning that the President is safe, right? How about the story of the Black Case also serving as the launch key to a new model of Metal Gear?
That wasn't in the records.
Stories of a new Metal Gear model aside, it is certain that they have finished inputting the code and are trying to launch the nuclear warhead. Meet with the President and ascertain the truth. Hurry! You must meet with him while he's still alive.
Colonel, Pliskin was Snake after all.
According to him.
What?
Listen, Raiden, I'll say it again. He is not in the simulation.
There you go about the simulation again.
Don't put your faith in him. Don't trust him. Do you understand? Do you have any spent handgun or rifle magazines? You can throw those with the weapon button after you've exhausted all the rounds in them. They have no effectiveness as weapons, but the sound of it hitting the ground may serve as a diversion. It could be used as a ploy to lure the enemy in.
Raiden, look at the enemy you knocked out. See the stars revolving over his head? When the stars disappear, the enemy will regain consciousness. Keep an eye on the spot above their heads.
What's up, Jack? You know, that really looks good on you.
You think so?
Yeah, everything looks good on you, Jack. It'd be nice if you were this stylish all the time.
It's too much of a hassle.
Well, at least you could care a little bit more about how you look.
You care enough for both of us.
Yeah, that's true. But I want to be beautiful.
You want people to compliment you?
Yeah, especially you.
Me?
Yes? Is that strange?
Not at all.
Really? Well then, next time be sure to compliment me.
This is not a pretty sight.
Hurry up and check the situation.
Raiden, you're currently on Strut L. Move north along its exterior to get to the KL connecting bridge.
You'll be able to get to the core of Shell 2 from the center of the KL connecting bridge. The president is being held in the core.
Raiden, push the R2.
Raiden, you cover the president. Make contact with him before... You know, I thought I heard of AIM somewhere before. DIA would mean we're talking about Nastasha's ex-husband.
Nastasha? Nastasha Romanenko? Isn't she the one who wrote In the Darkness of Shadow Moses?
Yeah, she helped me out during the Shadow Moses incident. She was also actively involved in the philanthropy organization following the incident.
Where is she now?
Your guess is as good as mine, but she's probably still a heavy smoker.
So Iroquois Pliskin was an alias.
Of course.
And the rank of Lieutenant Junior grade?
Made it up.
That's just great. Anyway, I get the Pliskin part, but what about Iroquois?
Iroquois is a Frankified version of the Algonquin word for rattlesnakes. It's what they called their enemies.
Algonquin?
The Algonquin Nation, one of the many groups of Native Americans who used to call Manhattan Island their home. The majority of tribes, in what's now the state of New York, were a part of the Algonquin Nation.
So this was a stronghold of snakes.
By the way, Manhattan means Island of Hills in Algonquin. You can use the holes left behind from collapsing floors to your advantage. Tip the bodies of enemies you've taken out into the ocean to hide them. Raiden, a full life gauge will slow down the consumption of the grip gauge. Be smart about using your ration. The consumption of the O2 gauge will also... Without the balaclava, you won't be able to disguise yourself as an enemy soldier anymore. But aside from the balaclava, you've got the exact same gear as they have, including those boots. Select the enemy field uniform in spots where you have to leave footprints. It'll keep them from spotting your presence. When you swing up from hanging, use the momentum to knock someone out. Try it when there's an enemy near the railings.
What's up, Jack? Now that I think about it, it feels kind of fresh.
What does?
Before, I could always rest assured that I'd see you again. Now it's different. Now it feels like every word we say to each other counts.
That's great. We could make this into a book and sell it. Want to improve communication in your relationship? Send your man off to fight a war.
Jack,
Rose, you know my life's at stake here.
so is mine.
Rose?
I'm sorry, but I'm really worried too. I can't help but feel like I'm fighting this battle along with you.
Yeah, I know. Thanks.
Raiden, is everything all right? Raiden! Raiden!
No, this isn't happening. Jack, you have to answer me. Jack! Jack! No. No! Jack, please answer me! Jack!
Encounter the enemy requesting that.
Freeze!
Positions. Titans
Soon
secure. Understood. All units exercise extreme caution.
freeze!
Raiden, are you all right? Answer me. Raiden!
Put the enemy in Fruta Saigon. Since person.
Raiden!
Encounter the enemy requesting backup.
Raiden, what's going on? Raiden! Raiden!
What? I'm going to go in my pants. Nobody's looking, right?
Raiden, my sympathies. Sneaking missions are called wet works for a reason after all.
Don't worry about it, Jack. It's okay.
Rose?
That is, as long as you take a shower the second you get back. Do we have a deal?
Raiden, you cover the present.
What can I do for you, Jack? Take it easy.
My father had some unfinished business with him.
Olga, calm yourself. The plan because of your personal feelings.
Then screw your plan. I've been waiting for this day for 2 years, and I will send him to the bottom of the ocean, right next to my old man.
The launch comes first.
Damn it. Where is Ocelot?
Not here. Don't talk that way about one of your own.
He's not one of my own. He left my father to die, remember?
Olga, we'll talk later. We need to get started on the final checks for the unit.
All right. I'm headed back there.
The upper connecting bridge to Shell 1 is down.
What about the chopper?
The cam-off is out of action. Take the oil fence from strut L.
I'll tell my men to start pulling out.
Not yet. Their retrieval comes last. The intruders still in blood. What about the other man?
He's got luck on his side, certainly.
He survived that explosion. Listen, Olga, the code confirmation is in 1 hour. Keep the president alive until then.
I know. No one gets in here. Turn the currents on.
Of course. High voltage currents on.
The door stays shut unless the president manages to take out that circuit panel from inside the room. And it's no job for bare hands.
All right. Come back immediately.
One more thing.
What?
We leave for Russia when this business is done. I want half the money for that.
Of course. That was part of the agreement.
We start living for ourselves after this. If there's anyone who wants to stay here, I want you to take good care of them.
Gladly. Gerlukovich soldiers are the cream of the crop.
It's time they went free.
What happened to rebuilding Mother Russia?
The old man is dead. The world is a different place now.
It's your life.
Just as a reminder, I'm going to say this again, one last time. Don't try anything on us.
The feeling is mutual.
I'm in front of the room where they're keeping the president.
Everything all right?
No sign of flooding, but I can't get close to the door. The floor is electrified.
Don't test it. You'll be bacon.
Any suggestions?
Remember the Shadow Moses VR training?
Take out the circuit panel?
Right.
But there's no way into the room.
Try ventilation ducts.
Yeah, I think I see one.
Look for a remote control missile launcher. You can guide it through the duct into the room.
Then target the circuit panel. Got it.
Right, but make sure you don't hit the president.
The president is wired with nanomachines. If we know the frequency, I can raise him.
We've tried that repeatedly, but there's no response. It looks like the walls have a built-in radio shield.
So that's why Ames lost contact with him.
If you need to confirm his position, you can log into the node.
Understood.
Locate a remote control missile launcher first.
Hold on. I'm gonna take a quick BRB, so. Un momento. BRB. Okay, and I'm back. Actually, so I kind of hear the storm coming, so I did say that there would be more storms during these hours, so hold on, let me lower the volume so you can better hear me. So, I think we should call it for now. And then I guess we'll do 2 hours later. I think it said it's going to clear up by 9 o'clock, so yeah, unfortunately, the weather is the weather, you know. But yeah, we did a boss fight. Talked a lot. We had a funny conversation with Snake and getting peed on. So yeah, it wasn't much, but we did what we could. We did what we could with the time that we had. So yeah, I think 9 o'clock, maybe. It's usually like an hour after that. Like that's when it said it was cleared up, but who knows with the rain. So I'll be back later. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to Muzo Soccer for the auto host. I think that's it. Yeah. Catch you guys later. Bye. So, okay. Forgot to save. That's fine. I'll worry about it.